Hi everyone, I am Angela, and in today's video, I'll be talking about 15 questions I asked and considered before choosing my life partner and some of the ideas I have learned along the way of my marriage. So for some time now, I have been discussing about this topic in my previous videos. Basically, I'm just talking about single men and women who are in serious relationship, marriage relationship. So some of the questions they need to consider before getting involved in a marriage. And some people don't even consider this as an important thing to do. They don't form the habit, to really ponder and ask some of these basic questions before accepting the proposal from the man. So I feel that sharing this knowledge with you guys is gonna really help one or two people over there to to form the habit and be able to ask these questions for themselves while before choosing their life partner. So I would like you to please stick around to the end of this video because you will learn one or two things that may be valuable to you to add to what you had already known. Okay, so and just like I said before, so many people don't have not been able to consider this kind of questions. I know so many girls I've met, they are into my relationship and they ask them, is this man in their life? Some of the questions that I'm going to share here now, if you ask them that question, what do you like about the man in your life? They will not be able to answer anything about it. They're just, carried away that they want to get married. But getting to know the basic things that we need to really consider and answer them critically to be able to know what we're supposed to do and make that kind of decision for our life. They don't do that kind of thing. So it's a very good teaching, thing for us to really talk about it more and more and get people to get to do these things from time to time. Because your marriage determines how every other thing revolves around your life. So having a healthy marriage supports you emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So it is very important we consider these things. So some of the things I've shared in my previous videos, as I said, like I said before, I have talked about 3 to 4 important questions. But I want to quickly go through them right now so that if you don't miss out on anything, if you don't get to see my previous videos, this one will cover everything you need to know. So the first question I discussed over there was, are you prepared for a married life ahead of you? So what is your preparation? What preparation are you making? Be you the lady, the man, what effort, what preparation are you making for that journey, for that marriage relationship ahead of you? Because you don't just wake up and go into it. It takes a lot of preparation when you are doing courtship. There are things you need to really do in your life. Ask so many questions about what you're gonna, how you're gonna build your life, how you're gonna build that marriage relationship, and what intention are you setting for your marriage. Marriage is a hard work, like I normally say before. But when you stay committed to your partner, what do you want? Who do I want to become if I eventually get involved in this marriage relationship? So there are so many questions about getting prepared and getting ready for that journey. The next question I discussed was, are you building your marriage on truth or on lies? What foundation are you building your marriage upon? It's very important for us to answer this question. Because a lot of people pretend so much, live a fake life over there. They're not being truthful to themselves. And that is taking me to the next point is, have you discovered who you really are? Because when you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know the kind of people you attract in your life. When they don't have those things in your life, you don't even waste your time with anybody. All right? When you see that they don't have the values you have, or the values you are seeking out, then you know that this person is not for me. So you really need to know who you are, what you want in life, and the kind of person you want, and then be able to, go out for such people when you see them. You'll be able to identify them when you come across them. So today, in general, I want to just jump into the next thing I want to discuss in this video, which is, why do I want to marry in general? Why do we even marry? So many people have not even considered about it. We only talk about, most times, why do we, so many reasons why we don't, or reasons why we get married wrongly. But right now, I want to ask you, you are being excited to get married. Why do we marry in general? So there are so many reasons why people get married in the first place. Some people because they are advanced in age. Some people because, they want to have children. Because they are the only son. I need to get married quickly because I'm the only son. Some people because they are feeling lonely. It's necessary for them to marry at this age of time. Some people, it could be because they are being pressured by their parents. It could be they want to satisfy their parents' wish. You know, some people may even be targeting other things. Maybe you are targeting, maybe you are a lady or a guy, and you have so much money, and people just targeting that money you have. It's not for any other intention. You can relate to what I'm talking about. It's happening amongst us, right? So they are targeting something that you have. It's not as if they have something good to do with it. They have, good intention to marry you. So many people have so many reasons why they go into marriage. Some people have so many ulterior motives why they want to go into marriage. You need to discover why you want to be married. Be you a man or the woman. I'm talking about everybody involved here. You need to really know why you want to go into marriage life. It is very, very important. As for me, the reason why I want to get married is because I love marriage. I like it. I desire it. Marriage is a beautiful thing to do. I want to be married. I want to stay connected to my husband. I want to be, to be a helpmate to my husband, to love and cherish each other, and to be able to, to be there for each other, to have each other's back, to complement each other together. That's one of my reasons when I want to get married. And I don't know what could be your own reason. And to continue to be happy together. Yes, first of all, you need to be happy. Stay connected, have that relationship going. And then together, we will raise God-fearing kids that will make a positive impact to the world. So that's my mission. I have other reasons. I also like to marry because I can have a man of my own and build that close and successful relationship, a marriage relationship together, and meet each other's sexual needs. That's one of the reasons also I like to marry. I like to marry because I desire marriage. I have said that before. Marriage is honorable and is ordained by God. I have seen my mother and my father, they live in peace and they love each other. I feel that marriage, and I have that influence, and I feel that marriage is a sweet thing if I stay committed to my partner, if I play my roles as a wife very well, and if I begin to observe all marriage covenants, that will make me to be, that's my motivation for going into marriage. And I'm enjoying my marriage, to be honest with you guys. And I want, and I wish you all to have that same experience, to go into marriage and be able to enjoy yourself and be able to be happy with one another. So the next question I want to ask is he a Christian? If you are a Christian, of course you should be targeting to marry a Christian too, right? So because we can't afford to go through stress. Marriage alone is a stress of itself. So when you have to marry someone that have the same faith with you. Do you or your prospective partner have the fear of God? The fear of God, as we know, is the beginning of wisdom. Are you of the same faith with each other? Or both of you are worshiping independently? Have you come to discuss this and make an agreement? Do you think that this area of religion and belief will be a potential problem in future for both of you? Are you being honest with him concerning your standing on your religion? What are you planning to do? Have a better agreement and discuss this. Aside marrying a Christian who you are, if you decide to do any other thing, it's better to have a very good agreement in the area of religion so that it don't have a potential problem in the future. I know of my friends, when I was in school, and she said that this man has gone for my hand in marriage. I love him and he's good, but I don't want to go his church. And she has not been able to discuss. I don't want to go to his church. Right? I don't want to worship where he worships. I have my own thing. I do my own thing. He does his own thing. And this might be a problem in marriage, right down the road. So you need to get to the agreement of what you really want and have a stand on that. Okay. So the next question is, what is the financial status of my prospective partner? Has he got something with which he can take care of you? It's so important to ask yourself that question. Yes. Does he have a steady income to take care of himself, to even start with? That he's doing something already, and he's intending family, no matter how small it is. I don't mean that he must be a rich man or own a car, but he's got to have a plan for building a financial capacity, building a financial security. Is very, very important. He can't afford to miss that. All right? Because you can't say we cannot consider financial stability. We need to consider it. What are his track records of activities in the past to show that he'll be able to take care of you? It could be a lazy person. He doesn't want to work. So what will you be doing with that kind of person? Except if that is your value. You need to ask yourself this question and answer them sincerely. Is he the type that relies on his parents to pay his bills, keep providing for him over and over, shouldering his responsibility instead of the other way around? So you need to really, really, get to know, answer this question very, very well so that you don't get surprised along the way. How much are you that is, as a girl, as a lady waiting for to be married, how much are you investing into your own life? It's so important. so that you could contribute something in your marriage. You don't need to just go there empty-handed, be it whatever it is. Be it investing in education, if possible, skill training, career, business, trading, anything, even learning how to cook, cleaning in the house. These things are so important. Why? Because they will, these things are so crucial because are so crucial for building a happy married life. So don't wait and do nothing. The Bible said, while you are waiting, do good, do something with your life. Build yourself so that you could command some respect in your marriage. Okay? So the next question is he honest and truthful to himself and to you? So many people out there lie to each other. I don't know. You cannot gain their trust because they lie, they're not reliable. Is he trustworthy? Trust is the major ingredient that determines if a relationship will work or not. Do you trust your prospective partner enough to marry him or her? Do you notice and observe any red flags? Anything that he's doing that is not clear to you? You need to gain clarity in this area and be sure of what you're doing. You need to gain his trust because you are going to put your life in his life. So you don't make that mistake to entrust your life into the life of a man you don't know where he's going, who is not even serious. So the next question is, do you see your prospective partner being responsible both in character and by words? When you see a person, how do you value that person? When they behave and talk, how do you see him? How does he talk? Are you okay with the way he handles conflict around you? What type of mentality does he have? How does he display attitudes when you are around? When you interact with him, what is his mentality? Where do you place him? Does he have the understanding that you have? Does he stand for himself and take decisions? Or is he the type that does not have the mind, they don't have the mind of their own. People push them around from one place to another. What do you think about his behavior and character and attitude? Watch how he behaves when he does, how does he behave when things does not go his way? These are the kind of questions we need to ask ourselves so much to be able to ascertain the character of a man you are entrusting your life to. Secondly, does he own up his own actions? When somebody does something go wrong, does he own up to his own actions? That is taking responsibility for his actions and mistakes and not passing the blame to other people. How people act with others under any circumstances. Says a lot of things about how they will one day act with you. Does he let things go easily? Does he acknowledge his shortcomings and making good effort for a change? How does he handle conflict? I've said that before, when it arises. What is your own character like? You that is waiting for the character of the man that is decent. What is your own character as a lady? How much have you packaged yourself? How much have you been able to invest in your life and gain those characters you are wishing to have in another person? Because what you are is what you are going to attract, right? So it's very vital that while you are looking for that character, you too will be making appropriate preparation to make sure that you own those things you are looking at for. So the next question will be, what do you like about his personality? It's a very common question I ask people. This man that you are having, that is going to be your prospective husband. What do you know about him? What is his personality? Just one thing or two you could tell me about this person. Sometimes people get stuck. They don't know what to say. What are his character and behavior like? His worldview and who he is. What do you know about him? Is he secure enough to support you in your career and goals in life? Is it kind and polite? With his speeches, when he speaks and talk, is it kind? Is he warm-hearted or aggressive person? A rough and nonchalant person, you cannot correct him. He is not teachable. Nothing. What do you know? He's very arrogant. Nothing. So you have to really look at all these areas. When we say this things, his personality, people don't know what his personality. So these are the things you'll be watching out when you are with him, when you are dating him, when you are into that relationship, doing that courtship. Take your time to observe things. Those things you observe will help you to make a wise decision at the end of the day. Okay? It's so important. The next question we are talking about is, what are the 3 important qualities I value about the man I want to marry? What are the 3 important qualities you value about him? Here are some of these qualities I'm talking about is some of the things that you see that you love so much about this man. And those things will keep you going, even when things are not going on. Fine with you. These things, when you remember that he has it and it's inside his life, you are so happy. It will be a foundation for you to move forward in your relationship. So as for me, here are some of the important values I like about my own husband that made me marry him. For the first time I met him, he had this same goal and values that I have. He has such values I'm talking about. When we talk about values, I'm talking about honesty, trustworthiness, true love, positive mindset, maturity was there, respect, kind-heartedness, diligence, and commitment. Assisting other people. He has good quality education too. Peaceful family was also one of his intentions. So when I saw these things inside of him, these are the kind of things I value so much. Aside physical appearance, I value these things because they will make they are inside of him. And upon these things, every other things will build on top of it. Okay? So now that's number one question. Now I have three. The first one I just mentioned is just number one. And number two is that he's very intelligent and responsible by all standards. So when I see him, he's got all the things I want in a man. So I look at that area to make my decision too. He has the fear of God too. This one is the no-go area. I cannot stand to marry a man who does not have the fear of God. Until today, he still is the initiator of prayer in our family. He still leads us in morning prayer and night prayer. It's so important. Don't make mistake about this and say anything can flow, anything can go. No, take your time and know what your values are. These are my values. Other things might be your values. And then you go according to your own value. So he also, besides these three things I've mentioned, he also has a positive track record that shows me that he can take care of me. And other qualities I would not like to mention here. So with these qualities, and few of them I know present in his life, I know that by God's grace, I can cope with him in my marriage. So when I discover all these things, I take my time to make this decision. I can work with him. It's possible. We can support each other. He's got what I want. This will form the foundation of your marriage. And this thing I've mentioned also form the foundation of my own marriage. And today, we can build other important values on top of these things that I've mentioned. Of course, you need to learn, you need to adjust, you need to continue to learn so that your marriage will continue to move from one level to another level. Okay? So, but these are the basic ones he's got that made me, go for him. You have to find out which one is you. I'm just helping you to know some of the things you should be looking at for. So the next thing was, to me, these qualities I've mentioned before are so important. So what are the three important things, qualities you value and admire about your own man that you want to marry? I have just given you an example of my own. You can discover your own. You will hold on to them when the wind of marriage will begin to blow. Because it will blow someday. Things will go out of hand. But when you remember those three things, that's that when you look upon him, you still help them. You will be happy. You will have a base to stay and be able to face those challenges of marriage when they will come. And when it does, what are you going to do if you don't have anything? And somebody walk up to you and say, what do you like about your husband? You don't have anything to say. So please make effort to discover what your own qualities and values are and then go for them. Okay? The next thing is he ready for marriage? Is he ready? Some people are not ready. I don't want to waste say so much about this. Ready and preparation are all the same thing. He's got to be ready and making serious commitment. If you see that he's not ready, don't waste your time with him because you don't have time to waste with men. So, but you have to really know if this man, this relationship, where is he going? Define it and know where he's going to stop. Okay? The next thing is, number 12 question is, are you convinced that you would like to marry this man? After you have discovered all these things I'm talking about, things that are very important to you, you've gone through them and you want to assess and make a decision. Are you really convinced within your mind that you really like this person? And he's got all the things, some of the things you value in your own life. And he's got those things. If you're convinced, then you make that decision and go for the person. So conviction is so important because some people, I have seen a girl, in fact, a friend of mine, she was going into marriage. Almost to be wedded the next day, and she was not convinced about the man in her life. In fact, she said that I don't find him attractive. I don't get moved. I'm not connected to this person. I just want to get married because I need to. My mates are all married. I don't want to remain single anymore. But I don't feel attracted to this. He does not have my mentality. I don't even know what brought me to his life. I don't find any good reason to be with this man. But I just have to accept that's the one I see around me. That kind of, you're not convinced, please, before you tie the knot, make sure you are convinced within your heart that this person, I've got to like him and I've one or two things I like about him that will keep you moving in that marriage. The next thing I want to talk about is, are you on the same page with that man, with your prospective partner? It means, are you in alignment with your prospective partner? Being side by side with him. Both of you are heading in the same direction. Do you both share the same vision in life? Or you want to do this one, he said no. You want to do the other one, you said no. You have to come in under agreement and understanding. Do you both meet the needs of each other? So you have to really decide that we have the same mission and we are going on the same plate, on the same, we agree on what we are doing and we love each other. And okay, so we move forward like that. The next thing, or the final one, is, does he care and respect and love you as he should? Some people are not loved. And do you too respect him too? He should care for you, he should respect you and love you very, very well. That's what it is, Do you feel the mutual bonding and the connection in that relationship enough to marry that guy? Are you having doubts about him or her? It's so important. So please, answer these questions. Is all for you. I'm just giving you an idea of the things you can consider. I know that the question that may be popping up in your mind is, does this man that wants to get married to me have to get all these things, have to score 100%, all this is I'm talking about? That is not what I'm talking about. If he has got 2 or 3 out of them, that's okay, but you have to have something tangible that will form the basic foundation of your marriage. That is just the central point. Don't go in there blindly. Don't go in there without considering 1 or 2 things. Don't go in there without holding on to something that is so tangible that can stand and form the foundation of your marriage. From there, other things can be built on top of it. So in conclusion, my friends, marry a man you can understand and be able to cope with in your marriage. A man you can cope with in your marriage is so important. Marry a man who is your friend and will have your interest at heart. You need to pick at least 1 or 4 to 5 most important questions that you need to answer, and be able to assess him and be able to go together with him if he has all the values you are thinking about. These things, like I said before, will form the tune and the foundation of your marriage life. So what is you value the most in your life is what you should go for, and look out for those qualities. And please be realistic and be reasonable with your choices, okay? And make sure that things are going well in your marriage and then in that relationship, and be able to make that decision from the angle of love. So that's my little advice I want to give to everyone. I want you all to please support me, share my videos, comment on my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and may God bless you all. Thank you.